Work on Red Note. I think the next move needs to be Pixel.
Baby, what is that? Why is it? Nah.
Something has came out of the ground in Hawaii.
Where she sits, and the audience can come up and cut a piece of her clothes.
Native Americans might not be American citizens.
Yes, Bubs. This is correct, Bubs. This is absolutely correct. My people, Black Americans, have been trying to tell people this for a very long time. Decades. So, all things, there's nothing that's hid that won't be revealed. I forgot the scripture. I just posted it too. It's like Luke something, I forgot, but it's basically like, well, it basically says what's in the dark will come to light. All things will be revealed. Everything. And it's clear that the Most High is revealing all things in their last days. Because this ain't the end times. I made a video the other day. This shit is lit, dude. Black Americans, the real indigenous Americans, the real Jews, the real children of Israel, right? Are about, the Black American man is about to inherit earth. Being from the same tribe as Jesus Christ or Yahweh Shah or Yahusha or Yeshaya. So yeah, all things are being revealed. And it's the Father's doing. It's the Father's doing. Praise Yahuwah. All praises to the Most High.
Hey, I'm not here to change your religion, but this is a crazy statement. Native Americans aren't Americans, aren't American citizens. Are you kidding me? Just because a random guy comes in and says Indians doesn't make them Indians. They still more native to America than anyone else. I believe we encroached on their land and they were here first. So in reality, we're the foreigners and they are the American citizens that were here well before our times. Just because we called them Indians or Christopher Columbus made that mistake and he's like, that's the ones, doesn't mean that they're not American citizens. Sorry, this feels like this guy was jumping around a lot, but I'm like, come on now, what about the original statement? But yeah, interesting. Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. YouTube is telling me that my videos are getting longer form back again, so I need to cut it down back to shorter form, so we're gonna try shorter form back again. Let's get right into it. More creepy, weird, strange, For You page content. Let's go.
Let's go to the mountain. Yeah. You know what's really weird? When there are bubbles in outer space. So this is footage from the ISS. And again, once again, it looks weird because there are bubbles in outer space, which I didn't think there would be bubbles in outer space. I would think there would be bubbles in water, but weird, right? And then you know what's even weirder? This helmet, fortunately for us, got a reflection of something pretty strange. And when you zoom in and look what it is, it's a man in scuba equipment, which is interesting. I mean, why would that ever be? Could they possibly be filming this inside of a pool? I wonder. Weird, right? With all this deception, who the heck really knows anyway? I do know, though, this is just for entertainment purposes. If you want more entertainment, just go to my website, withthesun33.com. I love you all.
And now they give them snorkels so they don't drown. It's a thing. It's a thing. They're up there in space, or should we be saying they're down there in the water, just like the aliens in the water? Maybe they are the aliens in the water, and we just confused them because they got the spacesuits on, and we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep it going.
I had now seen multiple videos of people hearing a very loud hum in the middle of the night. There's two main places these hums are coming from, but we're not gonna talk about that. You read that right. They wrote that they felt their body vibrating, and look how dark the sky is while it's going on. And I've seen multiple videos of that. And like I said, there's two main places these hums are coming from, but we're not going to talk about them. But hey, completely unrelated, check out Alaska. Really cool plot of land, huh? And again, completely unrelated, did you know there's places underground literally going miles and miles and miles? This one in particular, I believe, was only 600 foot. There's like whole civilizations literally just under our feet. Who knows what they're doing? This one may be for fun, but I guarantee you they all aren't like that. I'm just kidding, I'm being dumb. This place doesn't even exist. None of them do. Duh.
Wait, I have many questions. Did that system already exist, or did they, like, man-made it? Was this an existing tunnel area that they had underground, or did it something that's man-made? I don't understand. Are they just rediscovering old tunnels and making it may seem like it's from our modern times when in fact it's some old civilization's leftover tunnels that we're just rebranding and reusing? Sorry, I'm spiraling. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Work on Red Note. I think the next move needs to be pixel fed because apparently it's making Mark Zuckerberg really mad. It's like a decentralized version of Instagram. And if you tell people about it on Facebook, I guess the posts are getting like instantly removed, which really shows how big of a threat he thinks this is because their actual app is like brand new. So I knew that it wasn't even popping up in the App Store. I had to go to their website and scroll all the way down to the bottom to get the iOS link. The feed reminds me of like old Instagram, like the Instagram before Mark got his grimy little fingers all over it and ruined it. If he's this mad about it now, imagine if we did what we did to Red Note, but on pixel fed.
Wait, what do you think you did to Red Note? Because you didn't do anything. You just gave the information to a new agency that's going to share it with other people. So I'm not sure this is going to go the way you think. Just because you're giving your information away doesn't mean you're sticking it to the man. You're losing your information and your privacy. Good job. Good job.
Daddy's gonna go, but Mama's always stay.
What in the name of child abuse did I just watch? This mother just made her young daughter parrot back to her the phrase, "Daddies come and go, but mommies always stay." No, you don't get to use your personal experience to trauma dump your abandonment issues onto your own daughter. And who's going to tell her about all the deadbeat moms and single fathers? How dare you make that child believe that there's not going to be any hope for her just because of your problems, just to boost your own ego? Just be careful the kinds of things you tell your children, because when they grow up and realize you're the ones who planted those seeds of hatred in their heart that have caused them so many problems, mommies can come and go too.
Man, everyone's status and relationship way is different. This is definitely upsetting to watch, especially having a parent of the opposite gender diminishing the other value of the others, you know, their other significant other that's a parent in that child's timeline. And it is just horrible that this is the values you're instilling. Like, who taught you this? Like, is this a nursery rhyme that you like, oh, this is a good one? Come on now. This is the kids need structure. It's a thing. Broken homes don't help kids. It may be good for you, but it doesn't help the kid. Let's help the kids.
Yo, have you been losing your train of thought lately? You're not getting forgetful, you're not getting old, you're not losing your mind. You're experiencing a timeline shift. Because losing your train of thought is momentum of energy in a particular direction, and then you lose it, right? You're not getting more forgetful, you're just actually tuning into when you're switching that timeline in that moment. Like, you're aware of when it just happened. Like, how dope is that?
Oh my god, this means I'm timeline switching like every 5 minutes because I lose my train of thought all the time. ADHD. Yeah, it's a thing.
Let's see. Open to hiking, horse riding, bicycling, motorcycles, ATVs, and 4x4s. I don't see a semi on there.
Bro, Family Dollar doing the things there, you know? We gotta keep up with Dollar General and Dollar Tree. This is the only way we're gonna make it even through the snow. They going extra. Can't complain.
Mark Zuckerberg's new look. I'm so glad Mark could come back from summer camp to tell us his new meta rules. He really looks like he came back from camp with like a craft necklace he made, and he's trying to sneak in that he says bro now. Yo, bro, no, it's cool, bro. It's like, this is a guy who made a database of people, women. At first, it was just women because you couldn't talk to women. And then we voluntarily put all our information in there, into this database, like you don't have strong serial killer energy. I mean, that one's on us. We should have been smarter than that. And then fact checking is gone and community notes are in. And look, facts were never good. You know, the fact checking was never good on Facebook. But community notes, I mean, have you read comments? That's what community notes are, comments. We need a person who knows facts. The community is the problem. This isn't some society of lesbians that we decided is fair and just. We are a mob of content munchers who believe if you don't smile at Beyonce, she's going to murder you. So yeah, we need the facts to be checked. Also, hi Beyonce. Thought box.
Also, hi, Beyonce, 100%. Don't come after us. We're just exploring. You too, Jay-Z. And Diddler, you stop it. You stop it. We all know you're involved. Sorry. We lost my train of thought. Oh, my God. I must have timeline jumped just All right, so yeah, this is a thing. This is definitely Zuckerberg's new look, and you know he's broing out. Was he always broing out, or is this something new? Is this the new avatar that's been upgraded, and now we got the new version? He's like, the politicians have changed. I gotta adapt. New version.
Enough to remember it, but life before first contact was extremely difficult. Nearly every human had to waste most of their lives working. And without our technology, you could only produce basic commodities by slowly destroying your own habitat. Now maybe we should have intervened earlier, but our scouting fleet had been watching you since the year you call 1953. And if we'd learned anything about your species, it's that you weren't always so quick to embrace outsiders. But when we finally landed our ships and introduced ourselves 5 years ago today, well, sure, a few of you thought we were funny looking, and some of your governments did their best to keep us out. But your most forward-thinking business leaders saw the opportunities we brought for wealth creation and industrial efficiency. And humankind finally joined the rest of the universe in a new era of prosperity. That's it for today's lesson. Once again, my name is... and I look forward to getting to know all of you better. You may now remove your notes.
Wait, that is so crazy. So once the humankind agreed and the businessmen made the deals, like, do you see that they got pizza, all kinds of crazy vegetables and fruits, and cars coming out of there? Where's the spaceships? Oh, right. I know.
Baby, what is that? Why is it? Nah, hell, no. Okay, I'm done. We leaving. That's a demon door. Baby. Oh, see, no, What is it? What was it? Bro, that scared the hell out of me. Oh, see? It tried to open itself. Baby, don't leave me in that.
What is it for? Is it just for fun?
This is the living room. Who built this home? What are y'all doing? I don't like the feeling either. I feel like there's people here watching us. You ever leave a house, feel like you gotta take a bath? I think I need a baptism, honestly. That was
weird. I felt weird energy in there. It looks sus. Can we get off this property, please?
Is someone in there?
I feel like they're like vibing off of each other's energy and making themselves scared, and there probably is nothing weird about the house, because even the living room, like the thing he pointed at was just a projector screen that was painted on a wall. That's pretty normal. But the door underneath, so I have seen those types of doors before for different reasons. Sometimes it's because, hey, they want to have like a cool collectible in there that they think it's cool. Other times it's like a ritualistic like prayer room for some religions. Like my religion has a god room that a section of your house is devoted to it, and maybe that's where they put the altars or the idols that they pray to. Or it may be completely something nefarious and that I am not thinking of, and there's actually a hidden door behind that door, and that's how you access the secret Sorry. Yeah, only time will tell. Hopefully this guy gets his baptism. The things. He does the things. Hey, talking about doing the things. If you made it to this point, you're doing the things because you are a goon. Hey, YouTube is telling us we need your interaction for future videos. Hey, I can only do that with true goons like you that made it to this point, because all the other ones, they've already clicked away. If you're still watching, you must like what you're watching. Hey, next time you see a video of me or a thumbnail with my face on it, do us a favor, watch that video for its entirety. If you can get 50% of the way, you are helping the YouTube metrics. YouTube is telling us, hey, they're looking for returning audience to click on the videos and watch them more than 50%. And that is now my goal. I'm going to get all the goons to start watching more videos. Hey, get your goon fixes in. Hey, thank you. You're doing great. I love you. Thanks.
Hey, y'all. This right here was absolutely incredible. These people took their boat out on the water, and they literally caught a superhuman walking on the freaking water, bro. This man might really be Jesus's cousin. I mean, how else can you explain this? He gotta be working with the Holy Spirit.
All right, now I've seen enough of this sandbar, the boardwalk, unsubmerged boardwalk. This is the thing. This supposedly is an area that exists, and you can walk really far out from the thing and then go right back in. But if you step off of that, you will sink. So unless you know how to swim, but it's a thing. This is fine.
All right, I'm going to say as few forbidden words as possible because I really want people to see this. My grandma was living in Vienna, Austria in 1938 when a certain guy with a mustache came in and annexed it. And when she talks about that experience, she just describes a motorcade rolling past her window. No bells and whistles. That was the beginning of the war for her. But us, the retrospective historian, know that that was not the beginning. Maybe it was the beginning of the middle. And it goes back to this whole storytelling principle of you can't expect your character to know the genre of the movie that they're in. Horror movie protagonist goes to the basement to check out the noise because he doesn't know he's in a horror movie. He just thinks he's in a house. My grandma did not know the genre of the movie she was in, and she also didn't know where in the story she was. We have the benefit of knowing the kind of movie that we are in. And I want you to know we are not at the beginning of our movie anymore. This is the time to resist. Do not just roll over. Make them fight you for it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Hey, don't just bend over, make them fight you for it. Come on now, you're just going to bend over and take it. You stab it. You stab it. You make them fight you for it. Or you find a way. Sorry. Yeah, I feel like this lady's speaking the truth. You know, her grandma's seen the things and she's like, this is basically what my experience was. And she took that and she brought it to her timeline and she's like, oh my God, it's happening all over again.
In this performance art, this artist is sewing, but she's doing it under 1,500 scissors pointed straight at her. So she's like facing the possibility of being impaled while simultaneously keeping very calm. The artist is Bailey Liu, and this performance is called The Mending Project. And it's all about the feeling that most people have in society. We are living under a lot of uncertainty and fear. And she suggests that one of the best things to do when you're in this state is to do something that's very simple and very calming. Now in this performance art, visitors are asked to cut a piece of cloth, and those are the ones that are sewn together by the artist. And she sits here and she sews all this piece under all of that uncertainty. But I cannot understand how you sit there knowing about those scissors. How at any time, I'm not suggesting any of us sit under scissors, but this idea of doing small tasks to calm us or to work towards a bigger goal is wonderful advice.
I mean, it's wonderful advice, but does it work for everybody or does it just work for her? I mean, hey, yeah, I'm in a stressful, like, oh my God, I make the wrong move, that's it, everything's gone type situation. But at the same time, it's like, okay, let me go play Tetris right now. Nah, you got to find a happy medium. Make sure you know how to navigate that situation precisely so you're not getting any negative impact. And she put herself in that situation. Oh my God, this is performance art. What is this? Oh God, what's next after this? What's the next step? Yeah, you know, I definitely love that nostalgia, love midnight releases, love all those snacks that we once had that, you know, now we're like, oh my God, we had way too much food coloring and all the things. That's probably what made us great. Sorry. They were trying to sell us all these things that were artificial and we just drank it and ate it and we did all the things. So maybe that's what happened to us. We got to make sure that this new generation coming out also documents their life so that they can have their nostalgia experience 20 years in the future when everything's changed for them and they're like, what the hell? Remember when times were simple and we used to have a teddy that used to just talk to us? Now look, now we got holograph TVs everywhere and they're projecting things into the sky and all these things. Things were much simpler back in the 2025s. Yeah, I can totally see this.
Something has came out of the ground in Hawaii. This is the Canada, France, Hawaii telescopes right here, the south-facing view. It looks like a phoenix rising. This is really interesting because there's no volcanoes going off. There are none. This came shortly after midnight, around 26 minutes after midnight. This camera picked it up. Let me show you really fast. It's like a blink. It was a blink. That's all it was, like a blink. You could barely see it. You had to go back and you would have to watch it. It happened yesterday. Yesterday is when it happened. A massive flash. So let me show you the picture of it. Right here. Here's one image of it. This was another one. And this is another one right here. It came out of the ground and no news is reporting it. Just me for now.
Man, I am definitely with you there. It does resemble like a phoenix type structure with the wings out and coming out of the ground. When you played the video, I definitely am puzzled. I do not know what causes light like that. Is that like some kind of reflection that's happening? I'm not sure. But yeah, no one's reporting on it. You're the only person that's told me this. This is crazy.
What would it be like to be a 4-dimensional being? The answer to this is going to blow your mind. See, being a 3-dimensional being means that everything around us is comprised of 3 dimensions. Length, width, and height. Everything from the rooms that we're in to the human body itself, all the way down to the thinnest human hair strand. Even that is 3D. There's no such thing as flat. So the question is, what would all of these things be like, but from the perspective of a 4-dimensional being? Someone who can perceive things from the perspective of the 4th dimension, which is time. And this is where things get crazy. A 4-dimensional being would be able to see the evolution of that strand of hair over time and in a single instance, in a moment. A 4-dimensional being would be able to look at you right now, and in that exact same instance, they'd see you as an infant, as a teenager, as an elderly person. 4-dimensional being would be able to see everything around you just as it was on the very first day that it was made, while also seeing it decompose and return to dust. As a 3-dimensional being, we move through time, but as a 4-dimensional being, you see it. You see it, just like we see space.
Oh my god, that is wild to consider. I'm navigating through my timeline, but there's a 4th-dimensional alien potentially looking at me, a multi-dimensional creature, and he can see the future Teddy that's made it in the limbo, the past Teddy that hasn't made anything, and then the weirdo Teddy that's still trying to figure things out. Oh boy, which Teddy are you? No, wait, which Teddy am I right now? I'm crazy, Teddy. Whoa. Simmer down, Teddy. Simmer down. Now I'm like, what about the other dimensions? 4 dimensions sound real good, but 5 dimensions, is that the dimension where the Teddy has like 6 arms? Which dimension is the one where Teddy's got many arms?
This is a performance art by Yoko Ono, where she sits and the audience can come up and cut a piece of her clothing off. She starts completely clothed, and as you can imagine, towards the end she's in nothing. This performance is called Cut Pieces, and it gives creative control over to the audience. You can see what humans do when they are allowed to do anything. In the beginning of the performance, people were very hesitant. They cut small pieces and in areas that didn't disrobe her. But as the performance went on, they got more bold. And in the end, she was left with nothing and her hands covering her body. And when she was done, Yoko would finally end it. This performance happened in 3 different countries, and in each country, the participants acted differently. In Japan, the audience was much more restrained and seemed to be more hesitant to challenge social boundaries, like cutting off someone's clothes. In America, New York specifically, people were much more bolder and possibly saw this as an opportunity to confront the norms of decency. And in the UK, it was a mix. This performance happened in the 60s, and in 1974, Marina Abramovich performed Rhythm Zero, which is another performance art where Marina gave her body to strangers. She stood there with 72 objects, and the audience could do whatever they wanted to. And the objects she used definitely raised the stakes. From this performance, we get a glimpse into human nature. And if we didn't already know, it's a bit scary.
I'm not a fan of these performance artists doing all these performance things. I've seen this, I've seen the other lady now, and then I've even seen the one where like people were like chained to each other for like years or something. Man, this is crazy. Like, what is this? Like, what is the end goal? Yeah, I already know humans are crazy and sick. All right, there's all kind of weirdos in back rooms doing all kinds of weird things. Like, you don't think that they were doing weird things before the back rooms? Yeah, they were just doing these performance arts to show you that people are weird. Yeah, 100%. We're gonna do 2 more.
The next time you see someone and you're like, wow, they are so funny. Like, their comedic timing is so good. Like, they make me laugh so hard. They are so funny. I want you to know it's because they are probably some of the smartest people on this planet. Some of the smartest individuals on this planet are so funny. There is something about intelligence and being quick-witted that you have to have if you're going to be a funny person.
Wait, what? Funny people are actually intelligent and smart? Well, it's a good thing I'm not funny. I'm just exploring the weird and reacting. And if you choose to say, hey, Teddy, you're funny, does that mean you think I'm smart? Does that mean I'm just smart because you start thinking I'm smart? Does smartness just come because other people's perceived? No, wait a second. You gotta learn smartness. All right, very interesting. We're gonna do one more. Hey, are you entertained? Are you entertained right now?
The fact that every single ancient civilization in the entire world, they all have the same or very similar origin stories, and not one of them claims to have invented anything. Not one civilization take any claim for inventing maths, agriculture, inventing a kingship, inventing civilization. None of them say, oh yeah, that was us. All of them say the same thing, was that they were taught it by someone else. We don't think anything of that. I find that really weird. Some cultures say they were taught by visitors. Some say they were taught by the gods that visited. Some people talk about the big people, the Nephilim, the wise ones, the seven sages. They all have different names, but it's the same story worldwide.
Okay, definitely agree with Johanna here on, hey, civilizations have similar stories that appear to be the same exact beings, just different names, or same exact storyline, different tales, different ways to say the same thing. So definitely it's a thing. But now when she goes, hey, there hasn't been civilizations that have claimed to invent anything, I feel like there's been plenty. I go back to India, and one of the things I know about India is like, hey, India invented the zero. The zero was never considered a number or anything, and this is something that they're proud of, that they're like, yup, an Indian mathematician came up with the concept of zero. We didn't have anything before he came up with zero. Why else would they be proud? You stop it. There's still some historical things that we claim that we know, but in reality, yeah, it's 100% passed down information, and someone just had to write it down, and once it was written down, that's when we say, okay, interesting. All right, guess what? You made it to the end. Hey, are you a believer of the ancient civilizations all know the same thing and have the same stories? Or do you believe that we're slowly rewriting our history and we're going to make whatever history we decide based on what we write down? Hey, it's on you now. You figure out what your history and your timeline's going to be in the future. Guess what? There was a lot of videos in this one that made you think, and I definitely am thinking about those performance arts. I'm like, hey, what's the next performance art that's going to happen in our time? What are they going to do? Make you take pictures of yourself and then do AI art all around you, and then that's the thing? Yeah, I'm spiraling. All right, there should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Triple G's.